Welcome back, everyone. This week we're at Orr Lake, and I'm with Sean, Big Iron Moto, and we've come out for a day where we've got a bit free during the week, and he's going to give me some pointers on how to ride better. So there's also a side of Orr Lake that I've actually never been to before. I've been here so many times and never come to this side of the road, so this was good fun. Just getting over some obstacles that has no struggle with, of course. I've got some new tyres on the back. After Chloe's Kingdom, I was speaking to one of the other riders in the afternoon class, and he suggested that I tried out the IRC Gakota tyres, the VE33S, and so I put that on for the rear, and I figured that it being a hybrid tyre, what am I doing? It's okay. I can get over these things. I just didn't really know how to approach these things for the first time. He suggested that I tried this hybrid tire, and I was having a look at it. I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll give it a go. And so I put this on, and as expected, the grip is absolutely outstanding, and it does conform to the terrain very, very nicely. And this is not like the most gnarly of trails to really test it out, but I was having absolutely no troubles over anything all day, and I'll explain later on after the video progresses a little bit of some other observations that I started to notice, and I'm not entirely sure if it was to do with the tyres or not. So we're just warming up today, and I during the warm up I'm right now almost crashing.
It actually makes it more awkward. Right. So it's two parts, like this. Sliding in and comfortable in those whoops. Okay, I'll go down and watch my form and come back.
So Sean here is explaining how to do whoops, because I'm absolutely terrible at them, and he was explaining about like body position, and I had a run on it, and I'm like, well, this is definitely a thing that I need to practice, so absolutely. Listen to his words. He's got some very good pieces of advice. I gave this quite a few runs, actually.
You got really good form there. That was good.
Thanks. Anyway, yeah, I gave this quite a few runs, because it's something I do need to practice. And what I've come to realize is that, for what he was describing, I'm not even close to as far forward as I need to be.
I was in the wrong gear.
I was in the wrong gear going down that, so I didn't get quite the speed I wanted to at first. And going through, I could feel like the back like kicking left to right. As you can see, like I know my front is like, it looks like my front's jiggling left to right, but that's because the rear is like jiggling around. So.
Yeah, I just feel like when I first came into it, like the rear is like kicking out. So is that just the rear shock?
Is it kicking up or out?
Sideways.
Sideways. So
He takes my bike out so he can have a feel for himself rather than just guess. And we conclude that, well, he concludes that maybe I should try softer rear shock.
soften up the rear a bit. 2 or 3 clicks.
So, I've never actually played with the clickers on the rear before, so it's, of course, why not? Give it a go. So I set it to -3.
They keep their suspension quite low in the back. Like a lot of pros, even the guys who are short, almost flat-footed in the XC racing.
Yeah.
And so part of that is they have it a bit softer in the rear and then high compression. So it'll absorb, but then it will come back really quick.
Right.
Sorry, high rebound.
Yeah, I think that's what you meant by rebound. Rebound, come back quickly.
So I turned it all the way down, and yeah, I feel like the rear wheel is tracking a lot better along on the ground, so it's not kicking left and right.
But I'm not 100% sure if I just hit the corner better.
I wonder if, because you could try it the other way too and see whether it's stiffer might help.
Yeah. So we set it to -3 the first time, and now we set it to +2.
So turn 4 the other way now. That would make it 2 stiffer, right?
No, that'll make it 1 stiffer.
Okay, so go 2 stiffer.
5, there we go.
And then, oh my god. 2 stiffer is not the way to go.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
That felt like I was on a pogo stick. It was horrible. So actually I set it to -4 and we start riding. Just a little softer than I was, and pretty quickly I realized this feels like I'm riding a big wheel. This is not good. I felt like I was just sat like with my front wheel floating off the ground, so I didn't keep this for particularly long. In fact, yeah, I was like, I gotta stop this. I actually been riding a little longer than that clip was, but I put it back up to -3, and that felt a lot better. I do wonder if I need to adjust my sag. I'll check that. Yeah, but I felt much more comfortable with the -3 on the compression for the rear shock. And yeah, so we're just getting out. I'm just really trying to be even more aggressive in the tack position, just every opportunity I can, so that when the bumps come or anything like that, I'm not being slowed down too much. Sean is being very patient, waiting for me. I mean, it's only us two. But there's zero chance I keep up. Even on his casual day out, he's just absolutely flying away. But of course, he's a significantly superior rider, and I'm very grateful that I'm able to get some tips and just to go for a sweet ride. This was an absolute blast. The weather was perfect. I think it rained the night before, so there was almost no dust, as you can see. And the grip was absolutely phenomenal, and the temperature was like 21 degrees, which is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. With me trying to ride a little quicker, I start making quite a few mistakes. And also I was getting a little bit tired just being as aggressively in the tack position as possible to try and just, you know, practice the techniques of being able to ride properly. And I also realized I think this is probably the first time I was like, why is my bike bogging down a bit? And then I realized, oh, I'm actually riding in 4th gear. Usually I ride 2nd to 3rd. Today I was riding 3rd to 4th. So when I went round some turns, when I went round the corner and gave it some throttle,
oh fuck.
just crashing everywhere. I'll give it a bit of throttle, and then the next thing I know, the bike's like bogging. I'm like, what's happening? Oh, I'm in 4th. This is the first time I think I've ever ridden 4th in a trail. So you can get an idea of how much, even just the small tips and bits of practice and the advice from Sean, it's massively helped. How much that will translate to an event. I think I need to practice what he's taught me a lot before I can confidently say I can do it. But there's a lot of things that we practiced today. We did, we jumped over this massive rock, which I've looked at it in the past. When we pass it, I think, whoa, that's huge. And there was a lot of attempts and not many were successful, but at least I didn't wipe out any time. But a lot of attempts, and my consistency on being able to do what his advice is low. But obviously that comes with the practice. That's why I need to come out and practice, as is the way. It was really cool to practice the whoops, and then we also practiced the jumps and my positioning, and we also actually practiced some MX starts, which I never tried before. I didn't really know what to do for them, so I was just like hold the throttle open and try and go, but that's just not how it is, because I would always get too scared of doing wheelies and all sorts of stuff like that. And yeah, we did a few practice starts, so that was another cool thing to add to the list of things to practice, because I couldn't really get the mid gear change going, so it was basically just second, fail a few gear changes going, and then I eventually get to 3rd or something. But that aside, I wasn't even like full throttle or anything. Oh fuck. Yeah, just clipped a tree slowly.
Lost the front.
This was a bit silly. This was where I was in the attack position coming downhill, and downhill into an off, into a
Oh, you good?
yeah, downhill into a turn that's sandy in the attack position. I should have been back, and obviously that's why I just lost the front and crashed. Look at that. Smashed it. So after this, Sean was like, do you want to go on my bike? I'm like, hell yeah, thank you very much, Sean. Go for a ride on his bike. A 350, I'm not sure which one it is, 350 KDM. And I am absolutely not used to 4-stroke power. This thing is an absolute monster. He put traction control on and put it in the soft mode, and this thing still pulls my arms out. Like, holy crap, this thing is insane. But then obviously it's suitable for him. And I'm also just not used to like feathering the clutch as much, and I wasn't used to his clutch position. Oh, that's another thing. My clutch still hadn't set the lever up correctly. I've been fiddling with it back and forth to try and find the right position. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the flame out for you.
Hope I didn't rip your seat. Sorry about that.
I love the dramatic effect of the lead.
Yeah, I'm very not used to this.
Yeah, so I need to just adjust my clutch. The Midwest levers is very good, but boy, is it fiddly to get perfect. I failed a few wheelies today because the bike point isn't where my muscle memory for the wheelie practice that I've done over the years was. So I tweaked it, and then I was able to succeed the wheelies afterwards. But whilst I would say it's embarrassing, I was also just tired when I failed them. I did one spectacular one. I didn't get it on footage, unfortunately, where I wheelied over the log, fell over, whiskey throttled it. Oh, that was dumb. But I sorted the clutch out afterwards. Just need a little bit of adjustment. So there's that big rock. I mean, that rock to me is terrifying. And unfortunately, at this exact point, my GoPro ran out of battery, so I got no first person or none of Sean going over it because he looked very stylish. And as you can see, I've never done anything like that before, and so these were like my first few. I tried so many times. Yes, I did one. That felt good. Failed again immediately afterwards. And I managed to get these two, and I was very happy with those ones. And then Sean tries to get some nice cool slow-mo, and then I immediately can't do it again. Like, my consistency needs a lot of work. This needs a lot of practice. I'm glad I didn't front flip there. Actually, I don't feel like I was ever going to front flip on these. But yeah, I definitely need to practice my body position, and it was to do with like me letting off on speed and stuff like that. And that one, I accidentally tapped the rear brake, and yeah, and here's an MX start. I've practiced quite a few up to now. So before I said that I had some observations, and one thing that I noticed was after I softened up the shock, I felt as I was going around or going into corners or coming, because the rear was chattering less. When I then went into the corner and you know how like a lot of corners they dip down and then turn and come round. I felt like the rear was really like sinking in. Because obviously it's softer, and then as I throttled on, I would feel like the rear of the bike would go down because it's obviously softer. I don't know if it was like the tires are the brand new and they have really aggressive tread, or if it was the rear sinking in, or a combination of both. But I felt like I just had so much drive pulling me out of the corner that it even actually felt like my bike was it felt new. It felt aggressively new. So that was one of my biggest observations of how softening up the rear shock changed, other than the fact that it was just like tracking so much better through all the bumps. So yeah, that was an interesting thing to notice. Anyways, that'll do for this week. So thank you, Sean, and see you at Terranova.